Hello guys, this is Spirit Studies back with another video. So today it's going to be over focus, what focus is, how it plays a part in your everyday life, and some practices that can help with that. It's something that a lot of us lack. It's something that is an emerging problem, and it's seen a lot with ADHD, ADD, whatever you want to call that stuff. Deficiencies, just brain fog. So like if you're having testosterone when you get older, I mean, that's brain fog. You can't concentrate when you have brain fog. So it's a lot of that. And so it's just something that a lot of us lack. So what is focus then? Why are we not able to focus as well as earlier generations, or even as the years go by, like I said, with low testosterone symptoms? Well, because our world is filled with so many context switches. For example, our phones, when you're scrolling through TikTok and Instagram Reels and Facebook and all, you're just getting so many things. It's almost like overloading your system, and your brain can only process things so quickly. So it's not able to slow down and actually pay attention to what's going on. And that's why I believe there's a lot of focus issues today, is because we're having so many issues with so many things just being like brought into our face. Like people are having problems with, very sensitive people are having problems with food that is coming from different parts of the world here. And it's just not working with their system. And a lot of people, it's just not working. And a lot of our children it's just not working for them. So we need something to help that. The TV too, anything that is going to switch your focus to different things very quickly is going to really affect your focus. And that's something to be mindful of. Even walking through the store, I would say, could do something like this, where you just kind of most people wouldn't have this, but you just kind of get disoriented by all these colors and all these, like when you go into a toy store as a kid, you miss a lot of good toys because there's so many colors and everything just all over the place. So it's so hard to focus, right? Focus on one thing, and you get distracted a lot in the store. You'll get distracted by a bag of chips that looks really nice. It's just pulling your focus here and here and here. And that's exactly what TikTok and Instagram does. And it's marketing. It really is. So what is focus then? Focus is the act of three things. So focusing, first of all, noticing, and aligning and redirection. Okay, so think of the first like a flashlight, like a beam. You're solely focused on that. The second would be like a floodlight. It's when you're focusing on that dot, there's the peripheral, there's everything around that. And then there's third is the executive function, like it's goal alignment. So that's what would be your goal when you walked into the store, was to get milk and just get milk and cereal, let's say. Now, your goal alignment was that, but your flashlight moved when it saw the chips. What happens is your floodlight looks at a bag of chips, and then you focus with your flashlight, and then your goal is redirected to those bag of chips, and you pick them up. So that's just an example, a real life example of that. It's just goal alignment within the mind. So why is focusing and concentration important? Because you cannot create without focus. And if you're not in the unknown, in the creation, then you're in the past. Now, all is not lost. When you're struggling to focus, it's just like riding a bike. You fall off, you get back up, and you keep going. And if you could do it when you were 6 and you could figure it out, of course you can figure it out now. It's, even if you're older, get better, not older. You know, you have to be open to conquering goals. And this is something that it's going to take some time, and it's going to take some falling off the bike, and you just have to get back on. So keep trying. Tracking progress is also very helpful. Somebody like myself, I lack motivation a lot because, well, first of all, just dopamine in general has been a problem with me over the years. And so if it's not in my mind, if I'm not looking at it, it's gonna be, I can't really quantify it. So having it written down in a book, just like a gratitude practice or the Heartline practice, you can put it in your book, in a little notebook. It also helps you to look at how far you've gone. So I would recommend doing it. Okay. And here are some tools and resources to help. So one of them that's very interesting that I actually tried recently, so I have something to say about it. It's called Trodka, something like that. It involves looking in the heart of a candle flame for as long as possible without blinking, and eventually holding the image of the flame in the mind's eye when the eyes do close. So it's goal alignment, floodlight starts. So when you start doing it, you're focusing that flashlight. The floodlight is still on the outside, but eventually what happens is your entire vision just solely goes on the flame and everything around it's black. That's the idea. It's pulling you into the here and now. And the here and now, a lot of people close their eyes because it's less sensory stuff. Well, your eyes are open, so focusing on one thing might be moving a little bit, but focusing on that one thing is a form of meditation in itself. You're coming to know that flame when you're focusing on it. So the word meditation, the word meditate means to be, being. Just a clarification, if you have eye problems, don't try it. It's not especially important. It's just something that you can do. And then you shouldn't do it for more than 10 minutes at a time. And then when if you decide to do it for 6 months or so, then I would say let off for a month and then get back on, just to help everything refresh. You know, it's also good to have a break from things that you do every day. We've got a foundational practice. So you're going to sit comfortable in a non-distracting area. Get ready for your mind to engage like you would get ready to work out, you know. Clear everything, kind of get everything organized. You can even write down what you want. That's very powerful. Then pay attention to your breath, the coldness of the air, the rise in the chest. Start with 30 seconds a session, really slow, and build up. What you're doing is shining flashlight on attention of breath. Next, you're going to keep the floodlight available, checking out mind and recentering. When you notice you're not paying attention to breath, use executive function to redirect back to the breath. Executive function is like keeping a common goal, and the common goal is to focus right now for 30 seconds. Make that commitment. You can do it up to 12 minutes. Like I said, take a couple weeks, get familiar with it. There's no rush. You have plenty of time, even though it might seem like you don't. You have plenty of time. I have an idea. So a lot of people in the sleep industry say to keep your bedroom separate, keep your bedroom for intimacy and sleeping only, that bed specifically, to help with sleep in a pattern. So I would say, by the same train of thought, I would have a specific focusing chair or room or desk or frame of mind or temperature, anything that connects you instantly to it is going to be perfect. Find it and use it. For focus, people take their work with them everywhere. So use a designated work only zone so that your focus can not be on work all the time, because that's also something that pulls you away. Just be intentional about where you're doing things and what you're doing, where you are. Closer for you. From clarity, you can create and align yourself with all goals and source to hear messages and receive healing. It's very important, and I hope you enjoy this video.